You're sitting in a cramped kitchen with a woman who can see the future. She looks you in the eye and tells you the one thing you were terrified to hear. You've got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something.
I'm not the one.
Neo walks out of the Oracle's apartment with his worst fear confirmed. He is not the one. In your own life, you've had a version of this conversation. The job you didn't get, the woman who sees you as just a friend, the promotion that went to the guy with less talent. Somewhere along the way, you started to believe them. I'm just not the one. This video is the psychology of what Neo did next, because he doesn't wait to feel like he's the one. He proves it in motion, saying yes, failing, dying, and coming back with a different identity. If you feel like you're not enough, like an imposter in your own life, his path is your blueprint.
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road, and I know that's not where you want to be.
Neo on that rooftop for his first jump is understandably uncertain. Morpheus has just told him something that literally has to be seen to be believed. Neo doesn't feel like the one. His body language is hesitant. He's trying to focus, but has trouble letting go of his past beliefs. And jumps anyway, and slams into the pavement like a ragdoll in front of everyone. That is imposter syndrome in a single moment. Your brain is screaming, this doesn't work. You don't belong here. You will never feel like the one before you jump. Your nervous system is still calibrated to this old identity. Anything beyond that will feel wrong or fake or just too different. Action always precedes identity. You commit first and let your identity catch up under pressure. Maybe don't do this if it's actual life and death, but don't spend forever waiting for more courage. Find your courage through action.
Then I would have to make a choice.
What choice?
On his first trip back into the Matrix since he left, the Oracle tells Neo he's not the one. This is a punch in the face to him, Morpheus, and his entire purpose for being here. The Oracle, for our purposes, represents the inner dialogue that's all too familiar. Though this is one conversation, it's a conversation that happens too often with ourselves. The best thing we can do in this situation is shift our thinking to what we can do. This is Neo's next move when they capture Morpheus. This is insane on paper. They just lost to one agent, and now they're staring down 3. Now, Neo is not a superhero per se, but if he was, his superpower would be preparation. Even though he will have to adapt a lot, he will have the tools to make it work because he is prepared. The prep pays off. Neo and Trinity storm the building and even defeat an agent on the roof. They rescue Morpheus. He and Trinity get out, but Neo is alone. He has a choice, run or fight. Morpheus calls it out directly.
He's beginning to believe.
Something within Neo has shifted. His triumphant stand is immediately undercut with the first round going to Agent Smith. Does he give up? No. He literally dusts himself off and stands to fight again. That's the real way you beat imposter syndrome. You don't rationalize or overanalyze or wait until tomorrow. You stand and fight, if for nothing more than to prove you can.
My name is Neo.
Even though he wins this battle, he will absolutely lose this war if he sticks around. He beat Smith, but can't kill a program, and it's still good to know when to pick your battles. But this offers him the opportunity to beat him in a different way. If Neo can get to an exit when Smith wants to stop him, he can win by simply getting out. So he runs. Of course, he's pursued at every turn, and eventually Smith catches up with him. This is the moment something absolutely incredible happens. Neo dies here, or at least that's what his mind tells him he's supposed to do. Trinity tells him he is the one. Her belief helps him believe, which is the strongest argument for a good support network I've ever seen. There's a moment where the outer reality of your behavior has already outgrown the inner story you're telling about yourself. You are operating at a higher level, even if your self-concept is still catching up. Neo's evolution happens when he finally sees what his actions have already proven. Suddenly, it all becomes clear. He sees the Matrix for what it is. This is when bullets slow down, agents panic, and the rules that applied to the old version of him are no longer relevant. This does not mean to ignore past mistakes, but to prioritize the weight of our past successes and focus on what you're going to do next. Neo shows us the best way to defeat that less encouraging self-dialogue. It's to start suffocating it with evidence. Pick one area you constantly feel like you're not the one: your career, your relationships, your creative work, your physical discipline. Write a single specific comment in that area that scares you a little. This is our Oracle moment. The next part is simple. Act before your brain gets a say. This is the jump. It might be awkward or imperfect or exposed, but that's okay. Remember, action always precedes identity. Lastly, start gathering evidence. For the best results, actually keep a record. Start by logging one piece of evidence per day that is a concrete proof that you don't belong to your old identity. You could even title it Evidence of a New Me. In a week, that's 7 pieces of evidence, which is enough to put a permanent crack in your old identity. Do this long enough, and at some point, like Neo in the hallway, you'll look at your life and realize something. You've already been acting like the one. Your only job now is to finally admit it. Thanks for watching.